This is Paul Newman, and if you are seeing this screen, I am hoping to assure you here that Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video on my own personal YouTube channel. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me. It is very much appreciated. Well, what a fantastic day it was yesterday out in France for Classic Watch 2025, managing to take out both classics. Both classics, the French 1000 and the French 2000 guineas, both taken out by my good self and my own little website. Very encouraging. All roads now this week lead to America, I think, and the second classic there, which is the Preakness. Can't believe there's only 2 weeks between the Preakness and the Kentucky Derby. It don't give any other horses a chance to get involved in the process by winning elsewhere, does it really? But interesting to see, though. We're going to take a look now at a horse that's based in Japan, that's actually won a classic, but down to life, taking over at the time, I wasn't able to get the horse on the channel before the race. It would have actually been the fourth video I did on the Japanese 2000 guineas, and we only managed to do one in the end, Quad and Or. So there was another two ahead of this one in the queue. But the race was taken out in the by my fourth choice in Japan, the first Colts Classic of the season. So we're going to take a look at that horse in a moment. But for now, where can people find these horses? ClassicWatch25.great/site.net is where people will be able to find these horses. People can see now the site really is top class. Got Australian trained horses, Japanese trained horses, USA trained horses, UK are on there as well now, and as well as Ireland and France. I think we've got Germany maybe to go for Classic Watch 25. And we're virtually covered around everywhere where we want to be covered. That is how we win 8 classics in succession. Hard work. There is no shortcuts. ClassicWatch25.great/site.net is where people will be able to find this horse at some point, because the horse, like I said, was actually my fourth choice to win the Japanese 2000 guineas. It's a shame it didn't win the Group 1 2-year-old race like Kawada did. So he probably might have had his video done before life took over. He was actually favourite for the Group 1 Asahi High Futurity, I think the race is called, as a 2-year-old. But unfortunately, could not win. And the name of this horse is Museum Mile. Museum Mile, very good horse, sired by Leontes, out of a dam called Museum Hill, who is bred herself out of Heart's Cry. The horse Museum Mile, owned by the Sunday Racing Company Limited and bred by Northern Farm. The horse hasn't gone through public sale. What they did is they gave one share away to 40 millionaires, or maybe 1 million, maybe one millionaire paid 40 million for the lot. Who knows? But one share was worth 1 million yen, and there were 40 shares available. And the horse has already earned 282.58 million yen, courtesy of his victory in the Japanese 2000 guineas on April the 20th. People can see if they look at the form. The horse has won 3 of his 6 starts, finished second once and finished third once. The horse has actually had 2 chances to get the video done. It was actually the second favourite, sorry, my mistake, in the Asahi High Futurity Stakes when it was second. And it was also the favourite, so I had 3 in that race and none of them won. And the Hochi High Yeo Show Deep Impact Kinen, where Museum Mile could only sadly finish 4th, but he did bounce back when third favourite for the Group 1 Japanese 2000 guineas to secure his first pattern race victory in emphatic style. The horse was won on a maiden, second time out, and the horse has also won the Kikugi Show, an allowance race at the end of November, the Kigiku Show, sorry, an allowance race for horses that have won on one occasion. People see there the time the horse ran in the Asahi High Futurity Stakes was the only time that the horse had ran. After that, as less than a mile, the horse had won at 1.2 miles at 2. And he even tried 2 miles 6 there, 2,600 metres there, which is 1 mile, 4.5 furlongs in the Deep Impact Kinen. But the horse did win, like I said, the Japanese 2000 guineas trial. The horse is trained by Daisuke Takayanagi and owned, like I said, by the Sunday Racing Company. I know some people like to have a look at these horses on the Racing Post, Museum Mile. They've actually started to rate a few races out of Japan now. About time. They were dashed for quite a while, they were. People will see that the highest performance the horse has put in, according to these Racing Post, was when the horse ran to 107, when it was beaten 2.5 lengths by Admire Zoom in the SI5 Futurity. The horse ran to 103 when 4th of 14 behind Faust Raisin in the Deep Impact Kinen. And then the horse ran to 106 when the horse took out the Japanese 2,000 guineas over Nakayama, which I will point out is it's over 10 furlongs, the Japanese 2,000 guineas, and not a mile. So that could confuse a few people, including me. But it has its upsides because the milers do tend to be very good that I identify. They've won the last 2 NHK mile cuts, funnily enough. And the Coadinor race there, 106 rating for Museum Mile when he took out the Japanese 2,000 guineas. We know that's not right, though. The Racing Post has missed off 2 of his runs outside of Pack and Company, the allowance race, and it has missed off another race as well. That race there on its debut is missed off, and it's also missed off the Kigiku show as well, I think. Or where is it, the 2-year-old maiden? One of those 2 have been missed off. What I'm saying is, look at Japanese horses on Japanese mediums, is what I'm saying, and use the Racing Post just to sort of equate everything, if it lets you. For instance, you can go back further than the 3rd dam, if you click through the dams on the Racing Post. But Museum Mile on the Racing Post there, the page is available. But for entries and that, it won't tell you when the horse is running, only if it runs in England. You know, people need this site for that, Netkaiba, for the predictive entries in Japan. But yeah, a very interesting horse though, Museum Mile, without any doubt. People will see, if they look at the horse on the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database, they will see that everything is up to date there. 282,579,000 yen won by the horse so far. And just the one pattern race victory, at Nakayama, the Satsuki show, the Japanese 2,000 guineas. But what we need here off this site is the dam line, as we know now. Museum Mile is dam line 4D. So what we're going to do is we're probably going to take a look at the first 5 dams of the horse. The 5th dam was born a year after me, in 1975, which makes her 50 this year. We're going to take a look at any other well-bred horses that we find along the way that I deem relevant. And then we're going to watch the Horse Museum Mile win the Japanese 2,000 guineas. And then we're going to try and work out if the horse can win the Derby, the Japanese Derby. You know, by looking at the pedigree, things like that, whatever horses we encounter along the way. And then we will get on with our lives somewhat, I think. Right, let's take a look now we will start by looking at the dam. Museum Hill is the dam of the horse, a mare foaled in 2015. Sired by Heart's Cry, out of a dam called Loretto Chapel. People see that Museum Hill was quite a solid horse. She was never out of the first 2 in 7 starts. 2 wins and 5 seconds, earning 37,946,000 Japanese yen for her troubles. Despite having such a good record, not out the first 2 in 7 starts, there was no pattern race form at all. Bred by Northern Farm and owned by Katsumi Yoshida. Just goes to show how tough Japanese racing is. The second dam of the horse now we're going to take a look at, I think. Yes, we are. Second dam of the horse born in the year 2003. Loretto Chapel, sired by French Deputy, out of a dam called Santa Fe Trail. This one, not as successful on the track. It never troubled the judge in 4 starts, only managing to win 700,000 yen, according to the Pedigree Online Thoroughbred database, owned by the Sunday Racing Company Limited, and another one, bred by Northern Farm. Oh, sorry, there's somebody buzzing my buzzer. I don't know if you caught that on the recording. Can I just pause this recording, please? And I'll be back shortly. Hello, everybody. Yeah, sorry about that. All sorted now. Where were we at? Loretto Chapel, that's right. The second dam of the Japanese 2,000 guineas winner. Museum Mile. Loretto Chapel herself, though, is related to a couple of decent horses that I found along the way. Let's have a look at some of these. King's Trail. King's Trail, a horse born in 2002, sired by Sunday Silence, a legendary horse out in Japan, out of a dam called Santa Fe Trail. You'll see that that's the third dam of this horse, Museum Mile. So this is a half brother, to the second dam of our horse. King's Trail raced 43 times in his career, only managing to win on 4 occasions. But he was in the first 3 in 13 of his 43 starts. 4 wins, 6 seconds and 3/3. The horse managing to earn 278 million yen. This horse, a former stallion, I couldn't find any record of it siring any pattern horses though. Entered stud in Longford House Stud, Ireland, before joining stud at Alivamento Fattoria Renegino in Italy. From 2018 onwards, you'll see there that the horse has won a Group 2. It won the RF Radio Nippon Show St. Light Kinen of 2005. Don't know if I couldn't see any Group 1 form there. No, but it is a Group 2 winner among his 43 races. Good, solid horse, displaying plenty of longevity in its career. It was even third in a Group 3, age 6, the Hakodate Sprint Stakes as well. The horse also won the Autumn Handicap as well at 5 in 2007. So 2 pattern race victories for the horse King's Trail. Santa Fe Soleil. Santa Fe Soleil is a mare born in 2004, sired by Agnes Tachyon, out of Santa Fe Trail again. So another half sister to the second dam of our horse. This one a bit more lightly raced. Santa Fe Soleil raced only 5 times, according to this site here. 1 win and 3 seconds among those 5 starts. Earnings of 26,572,000 yen. Doesn't seem right. But yeah, you can't really trust this site as much as I thought you could in the old days. Santa Fe Soleil was actually placed in the Group 3 Fairy Stakes at 2 in 2006. We're on now, I think, to the third dam of the horse, Santa Fe Trail, a mare born in 1994, sired by Northern Taste, out of a dam called Happy Trails. It was born in 1984. Santa Fe Trail again, a good solid race career. 21 times she hit the track. Japanese racing is so tough. This horse managed to win 5 of 21 starts and in it finish in the first 3 in 11 of 21 starts, earning 92,170,000 yen for her trouble. Very interesting horse, Santa Fe Trail. No black type form according to this, but she is one that raced on something called the JAR, which is like community racing, community racing in Japan, and they have pattern races as well. Not international pattern races, Japanese pattern races. And this one looks to be one of them. Yeah, would I prove that? I would look here. This is if I look at the pedigree on Museum Mile. People have to look at all the resources they can find. You see, they find the horse that we're talking about. It was actually second. That's not the one, was it? It was, oh no, Santa Fe Trail was the dam, and she was not placed in any pattern races at all. So this time, actually, the site is right. It's my fault. Actually, I was actually thinking that I was of a different horse on the line. But yeah, this is one that was definitely right. The second dam and the first dam of the horse not really make their mark at pattern level, have they? But the horse has taken out a classic already, and we'll see some nice horses coming now. It's fair to say, Shinko Lovely, a mare born in 1989, sired by Caerleon, out of Happy Trails. Shinko Lovely raced 15 times in her career, managing to win 10. In fact, according to this site, the horse was only out of the first 3 in 1 of 15 starts. Earnings of 537,875,400 yen. Very good career, Shinko Lovely, both on the track and in the shed. Shinko Lovely at 2 was third in the Hanshin Sansai Henba Stakes of 1991. people need to remember that the international pattern racing's not always been there in Japan. That's why they've got their own pattern, you see. I think Dr. Shigeru Hotta was telling me it was about the early 90s that the international pattern races first started coming to Japan. Not even the Japanese Derby was an international pattern race until the mid-90s, you know. Interesting what they do out there. At three, Shinko Lovely won the Group 2 New Zealand Trophy of 1992. He also won the Group 3. She also won the Radio Tampa Show, the Queen Stakes as well, second in the NHK Male Championship, the race that has just been run at this weekend. So that's 2 Group 1 placed attempts. At 4, the filly come back and won the NHK Male Championship. She also won another Group 2, the Maniichi Okan, and the Swan Stakes as well, as being placed third in the Yasuda Kinen, as well as being second in the KO High Spring Cup. Proper horse. 1993, JRA voted Best Older Filly or Mare. Shinko Lovely, Group 1 winner, very good horse, top class. And she bred 3 black-type horses herself. We'll take a look at them now. Lord Kronos is the first. Lord Kronos, a horse born in 1995, sired by Tony Bin, out of Shinko Lovely. Lord Kronos raced 30 times in his career, managing to win 8 of 30 starts in the first 3 in 16 of 30. Earnings of 181,562,000 yen. Lord Kronos won the Toyota Show Chikuya Kinen, a Group 3 race, age 6, in 2001. And he was also placed in another Group 3 race the year after, in 2002, the Tanabata Show. It's what you see, horses have so much longevity out in Japan. It's not unusual for them to race on 7, 8, and 9 and be end tires. It's much better than getting them out at 3 and then retiring them. Another one out of Shinko Lovely we can take a look at is Lady Muse, a mare foaled in 1997, sired by Timber Country, out of Shinko Lovely. Lady Muse raced 18 times in her career. She was in the first 2 in 8 of 18 starts, 3 wins and 5 seconds. The horse managing to earn 84,478,000 Japanese yen in her career. Lady Muse at 3 was placed in the 2000 Tulip Show of 2000, a race that is at Hanshin. The third and last horse, bred by Shinko Lovely's Treasure. Horse born in 1998, sired by Brian's Time, out of Shinko Lovely. Treasure raced 43 times in her career, 4 wins, 6 seconds, 4 thirds, 14 out of 43 starts in the first 3, earning 195,295,000 yen in his career. Again, solid pieces of pattern race form. It's won a Japanese listed race, the Miyako Oji Stakes, at 5. Horses placed in plenty of pattern races. Placed in the Nippon Show St. Light Kinen at 3 of 2001. I think that's the race we just looked at, the Deep Impact St. Light Kinen. I'm not sure. The RF Radio Nippon Show St. Light Kinen. It's over a bit further, not as far though. As a second in that, Group 2. It's also third in the Lord Challenge Trophy at 4. And was also placed in a listed Megura Kinen on 1 occasion, as well as the Kochi Stakes. And at 7, the horse was placed in the Group 3 Lord Derby Challenge Trophy. So a bits and bobs of a pattern race form there in Japan. And it did win a listed race. The 4th dam now, I think we're time to look at now. Happy Path. No, we're not, are we? That's not the 4th dam, is it? I can't remember now. They all sound so similar, these Japanese horses. Happy Trails is the 4th dam. Sorry, so this Happy Path is a relative to it. Happy Path, a mare born in 1998, sired by Sunday Silence, out of Happy Trails. Oh, there we go. Good solid race mare, Happy Path. Raced 28 times in her career, managing to win 5 times and finishing in the first 3 in 14 of 28 starts. Earnings of 248,506,000 yen. So again, another good solid horse, it's fair to say. Happy Path, again, plenty of pattern race form. Winner of a listed race there, I think, 2 listed races. The Kyoto Himba Stakes and the Sapporo Nikan Sports High. And he was also placed in a few pattern races as well. Group 2, second in the Hochi High Fillies Review of 2001. I know that race still exists because I think one of my horses won it this year. The horse also was placed in the Nakayama Himba at 6, Group 3, and also placed in the Kyoto Himba as well, and second in the Sankei Sports High Hanshin Himba Group 2 race at 5 in 2003. People sometimes have to wait a long time to get paid in Japan if they're identifying classic watch horses, but it is what it is. Very nice horse again. Happy Path, it's fair to say. The next one we're going to take a look at is Codino. Very good horse, classic winner. Codino, a horse born in 2010, sired by King Kamehameha. I always have trouble with that sire. King Kamehameha. That's right, isn't it? King Kamehameha. King Kamehameha. I don't know. Japanese. Out of Happy Path, you see. So Happy Path has already played her part. The $250 million yen horse sired a classic winner. Codino raced 11 times in his career, 3 wins, 1 second, and 2/3 in it. Earnings of 162,294,000 yen. Codino at 2 was second in the Asahi Eye Futurity Stakes, just like this one. Oh no, it wasn't a classic winner, sorry. The horse was third in the Japanese 2,000 guineas as well. He won it. The horse did win the 2 Group 3s at 2, though, the Sapporo Nisai Stakes and the Tokyo Sports High Nisai Stakes of 2012. And the horse was placed in 2 Group 1 races, the Asahi Eye Futurity Stakes and the Satsuki Show, the Japanese 2,000 guineas. And the horse was also placed third in the Hochi High Yayo Show as well, in the Group 2 race as well. Dual Group 1 and Group 2 place, dual Group 3 winning 2-year-old Codino. Sadly euthanised on June the 11th, 2014 for performance surgery for colic, but deteriorating condition after surgery. Very sad to see. But I think there's another one out of Happy Path as well. Cecchino, yeah, there is. Cecchino, a mare born in 2013, sired by King, the same sire it would be, wouldn't it? King Kamehameha. I probably butchered that. Apologies to all Japanese. I'm trying my hardest not to laugh. It's a very Japanese sire, that. Kamehameha. King Kamehameha. Out of Happy Path. Cecchino raced 7 times in her career, and finishing in the first 2 in 5 of her 7 starts, 3 wins and 2 seconds, and earnings of 128,136,000 yen. Cecchino, decent enough career on the track, it's fair to say. Another one that was classic place, second in the Japanese Oaks of 2016, after winning the Group 2 Sankei Sports Show Flora Stakes. Group 2 race, also won an optional race at 2. Very good horse, trained by Kazuo Fujisawa and bred by Northern Farm. I'm presuming that means breeder Northern Farm, yeah, it is. But yeah, very good horse, classic place, and she has bred Savinia. Savinia was the Oaks winner last year out in Japan. Missed by Classic Watch 24 at the time. But we're on this line now all of a sudden, aren't we, with the Guineas winner this year. Savinia, a filly, born in 2021, sired by Harbinger, out of Cecchino. You'll see the Happy Path the second dam, Happy Trails the third dam. Savinia, that is wrong. According to this, we had to go to the use of the Net Kaiba to find an updated record for Savinia. The horse has actually won 4 out of 9 starts, 4 wins, 1 second, and no third. It's a dual Group 2 winner, Group 1 winner. The horse won the Japanese Oaks, as we know, and the horse also won the Group 3 Artemis Stakes of 2023, a race won by Brown Ratchet this year, Forever Young's sister and Classic Watch Possible, and also won the Group 1 Suka Show in October after that as well. Dual Group 1 winner, 4th in the Japan Cup as well. 9th, it hasn't really got off to a good start this year though. 9th in the Kyoto Kinen, when the favourite, and 6th in the Dubai Shima Classic, Group 1 out in Maidan, where she didn't really seem fancying on the day either. In the race the Japanese did win with their Derby winner last year. or another one missed by Classic Watch. But yeah, very good horse, Savinia. Total earnings now are 403,420,000 yen. Very interesting horse. She's still racing now to this day. If you want to follow her, go round. But like I said, this year she doesn't seem to be the force of a dual Group 1 winner at the moment. Spelling at the moment. Not at school, just having a rest. Another one we need to take a look at is Knocking Point. A horse born in 2020, sired by Maurice out of Cecchino. Again, related to the Oaks winner, this horse, Knocking Point, raced 11 times in his career, 3 wins, a second and a third, managing to earn 120,507,000 yen in his career. Knocking Point won the Group 3 Niigata Kinen of 2023, placed again in 2 more Group 2 races, the Manichi High at Hanshin and the Tanabata Show at Fukushima. Trained by Tetsuya Kimura and seems to be retired. Thank you very much for your hard work walking as a riding horse after retirement as from September 2024. Another one out of Cecchino. I think we're done now on the Cecchinos. Yeah, we are. We can close her down now. Takey Marshall is also directly out of Happy Trails. Takey Marshall, a gelding, born in 1992, sired by Dance of Life, out of Happy Trails. People will see that Takey Marshall raced 27 times in his career, 8 wins, 7 seconds and a third, 16 out of 27 recorded runs in the first 3. The horse earning 220,711,000 yen. The gelding made its mark at pattern level on occasion, managing to win 3 listed races, I think. The Christmas Stakes at Nakayama, the Epsom Cups, they're all Group 3s, aren't they? Japan 3. 3-year-old and up. Then the last 2 are Group 3s anyway. The Epsom Cup and the Toki Stakes at Group 3 and Groups at 5 and 6, both at Tokyo and Niigata, respectively. Very good, very decent horse. If this is your back end, don't forget, dual Group 3 winner. The next one we need to take a look at, I think, is the dam itself. Happy Look. No, this is another gelding, isn't it? Something's gone a bit wrong here, I think. Where's this one come from? Happy Look. Happy Look, a gelding, born in 1998. Oh, yeah, we'll see that Happy Trails is the second dam of this one. Needed to pick up the trail there. Happy Look, a gelding, born in 1998, sired by Tony Bin again, out of a horse called Shinko Beauty. Happy Look raced 28 times in his career, 5 wins, 6 seconds and 3 thirds, 14 of 28 starts in the first 3, earnings of 189,683,000 yen. Happy Look again, odd pieces of pattern race form. You'll see there the horse won a couple of listed races age 6, the Minapi Hokkaido Stakes at Hakodate, and also won the Sapporo Nikkei Open. Placed in a few pattern races as well at 5, the Sports Nippon Show Stakes Group 2. Also placed in the Nikkei Show Group 2, the Diamond Stakes Group 3, the Sapporo Nikkei Open at 4, the Copa Republica Argentina Group 2 race at 3. So, yeah, then it won a couple of pattern races at the end of its career. So, yeah, Happy Look, another good solid gelding of this line. Sublime Anthem, a mare born in 2019, sired by Lord Kanaloa, out of Pastaforia. People will see that Happy Trails is the third dam. Well, this is another Happy Path one. This should have been somewhere else on the list. Sublime Anthem, a mare, won 2 of 12 starts in her career, finishing in the first 3 in 7 of 12 starts, 4 seconds and a third, earning 87,718,000 yen in her career. Sublime Anthem won the Group 2 Fillies Review of 2022 and was second in the Group 2 Hanshin Himba of 2023. So bits and bobs of Group 2 form there. Another one trained by Hideki Fujiwara. Now I think we are on the 4th dam. Yes, we are, finally. Museum Mile we get to the 4th dam. Happy Trails. A mare born in 1984, sired by Posse, out of a dam called Roycon. Happy Trails didn't really trouble the judge much. Won second place in her 5 starts, according to the Thoroughbred online database. You'll see there, though, sent to Japan in 1992, a horse bred by BR and Mrs. Firestone. Safe to say it's done quite well in Japan. All started from there, really, as the line has done quite well, hasn't it? It's one of Oaks, one of Guineas. But before that, there was a few other decent horses as well in Ireland. We need to take a look at some of them as well. King's River, a horse born in 1982, sired by Irish River, out of Roycon also. So this is a half-brother to our horse, the 4th dam. King's River raced 61 times in his career, 13 wins, 15 places and 8 third places. Was a solid career, 36 out of 61 starts in the first 3. Earnings of $433,602 US in his career. Again, this one raced in both Ireland and the USA. The horse won the Group 3 Glencairn Stakes of 1985, held at Leopardstown. And in the USA, the horse really bounced back at 6 and 7. The horse was placed in plenty of Group 3 races, placed in the Poker Stakes Group 3 in America, placed in the Appleton Handicap as well. And it's a very interesting horse, trained by Dermot Weld in Ireland and Bill Mott in the USA. Plenty of stakes efforts as well, where the horse managed to get its head in front. But it was placed in 2 American Group 3 races, and it won an Irish Group 3 race at 3. Taiki Eldorado, sounds like a bit of a Japanese one, that, doesn't it? A horse born in 1994, sired by Theatrical, out of Royal Bride. People will see that Roycon is the 2nd dam of this horse. Taiki Eldorado was never out the first 3 in his first 9 starts, or his only 9 starts. 5 wins, 2 seconds and 2 thirds. Earnings of 151,772,000 yen in his career. Taiki Eldorado won, actually, the Group 2 Copa Republica Argentina of 1997. And at 4, the horse was placed in 2 Group 2 races, the Meguru Kinen and the Kinko Show. Dual Group 2 place Group 3 winner, owned by Uteki Farm and bred by them as well. This one might have been as well, Taiki Treasure, horse born in 1996, sired by Mizwaki, out of Royal Bride. You'll see, quite closely related to the last horse, this one. Taiki Treasure raced 30 times in his career, 8 wins, 5 seconds, 5 thirds, 18 out of 30 starts in the first 3. Earnings of 329,000 yen. The horses keep coming, don't they, on this line? Taiki Treasure, very decent pattern race form you'll see there. The horse was placed in a Group 2 and Group 3 race in 1999 before winning the Group 3 Hakodate Sprint Stakes in the year 2000. Again, it made its mark in the NHK Mile Cup when it was placed, age 5, in 2001. It was also placed in the Swan Stakes as well, Group 2 race, and placed in the Queso High Spring Cup, age 7, in 2003. Sorry. So this horse won. This horse was placed in 3 Group 2 races, and was a Group 3 winner, and was also placed in the NHK Mile Cup. Decent enough horse, Taiki Treasure, it's fair to say. We're now at the 5th dam of the horse, Roycon, a mare born in 1975, sired by High Top, out of Madelon. Roycon raced 22 times in her career, in the first 3 in 6 of 22 starts, 2 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. Earnings of $10,555 US. Roycon was bred by Abbey Lodge Stud and was sent to Japan in 1991. Very interesting dam line, I do think. And it's now time really to discuss the Japanese Genius's website, because he helped me find a couple of horses towards the end. Lineage of Thoroughbred, privately published book, published by a Japanese vet called Dr. Shigeru Hotta. His website is hotpedigree.com/lineage. The website is also available in Japanese. Dr. Hotta is a Japanese vet studying the pedigree and breeding of thoroughbreds in light of science, especially genetics. He's also written a third book. The book has the contents of the third edition, is no longer for sale, total 630 pages, and the fourth edition of the book will be issued around August 2025 at this stage. It will contain 4 scientific chapters. Chapter 1, Importance of Dam Lineage. Chapter 2, Risk of Inbreeding. Chapter 3, Need for Scientific Education. And Chapter 4, Potential of Unknown Gene. That gene is so unknown, I've picked the winner of 8 classic winners consecutive, and I know nothing about it. It is that unknown. Tree diagrams. This is why I love this site so much, and Dr. Hotter's work is absolutely brilliant. Because what you get is every horse that wins a Group 1 race worldwide, Dr. Hotter will print the dam line of it. This website here, hotpedigree.com/lineage, contains the dam lines of every single Group 1 winner between January the 1st, 2022 and May the 11th, 2025, just recently. The 2 French Classic winners, both on Classic Watch 25 there, Zarigana and Henri Matisse. Classic Watch 24 possible there as well. Panja Tower taking out the NHK Mile Cup. But yeah, very magnificent site. Can't praise this man enough. Absolutely magnificent site. It helps me so much, and it will help anybody who's interested in identifying good horses through pedigrees, you know. Good horses related to good horses. I've always said it. And Dr. Hotter's site, hotpedigree.com, it tells you how to email Dr. Hotter to book a copy of the book. You can email him there, pay by PayPal, or you can email Dr. Hotter as well, or you can just tweet him at Hotter_Shigeru. And just start chatting to the man. He's a very nice man, works very hard, you know, and he is. Hopefully, I will hopefully interview him one day. That would be a definite one ticked off. If I could interview this man, who is, in my opinion, a genius. Hotpedigree.com/lineage, and he will produce diagrams like this for every Group 1 winner. This is Museum Miles. You'll see there that I would have missed Wilco, but I did miss him because I looked at the horse in the Asai Futurity, and I also missed the one down the bottom as well. Last call. But yeah, very interesting dam lines these are. Dunedin, I chose not to include because he was probably about the 9th dam of a horse of the 8th dam of this one. Just deemed it too far away, unfortunately. But yeah, so this gives people an idea of just how many Group 1 horses are related to the horse that has just won this Group 1. So in the last 25 years, there's been 7, 6, 1, 2, 3, the underlying ones we're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, according to Dr. Hotter. He deems relevant as close enough to Museum Mile to include on his diagrams. We've also obviously got the historical site as well that I do use, and again, you'll see that we had its own little section there. I found Carrick Shaw, who I think is the 7th dam of our horse, no, a long way away, 10th dam of Museum Mile, and the 5th dam of Roycon. I found her on the site quite easily, and that led me to a couple more, one of which I already knew about. We're going to take a look at 4 more classic winners now. I think we've got 5 horses to look at. Dark Warrior, horse born in 1947, sired by Fairhaven out of Danur. Sorry. People will see this horse is directly on the line if people go back far enough. Carrick Shaw and Danur are on the Roycon line. I think Danur is the 9th dam of Roycon. She is the 4th dam of Roycon, the 9th dam of our horse, and the dam of Dark Warrior, who raced 16 times in his career, 3 wins, 1 second and 1 third. Actually got no idea how much the horse earned, but I can tell you that the horse won the 1950 Irish Derby, and it also won the Gallinule Stakes and the Beresford, 2 Group 2 races in his career. Sent to Brazil in 1952 to sire horses. The horse was also 3rd in the Irish 2000 Guineas of 1950. Blue Wind, a mare so good they named a race after her. A mare born in 1978, sired by Lord Gale out of Azarine. People will see that Danur is actually the third dam of this horse, Blue Wind. Blue Wind raced 18 times in her career, 5 wins, 3 seconds and 3 thirds in the first 3 and 11 of her 18 starts, earnings of 273,852 American dollars. She raced in Ireland though, didn't she? In the UK. She was very good, dual classic winner. She won the Epsom Oaks and the Irish Oaks of 1981. She was also second in the Irish 1,000 guineas at 2. She won the Group 3 Silk and Glider Stakes in Ireland in 1981. Got no idea what that race is called now. 1980, sorry. The race was sent to USA in 1982 and sent to Japan around 1990. But yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Carrickshaw, the fourth dam of Blue Wind. Wilco, horse born in 2002, sired by Awesome Again, out of Native Roots. Oh, I don't believe it. Now they're buzzing now again. Hang on, I just need to go and sort this out. Sorry about this, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back, and apologies for that. Yeah, we're just looking at Wilco, weren't we? Wilco, horse born in 2002. Very interesting horse, sired by Awesome Again, out of Native Roots. People will see that they're going back a fair way to get Wilco. I think they've got to go as the sixth dam of Wilco. And Wilco had an interesting career. The horse raced 29 times in his career, 3 wins, 3 seconds and 10 thirds. 16 of 29 starts in the first 3. Earnings of 2,435,133 American dollars. A very interesting career. Won the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Massive upset, wasn't it? In 2004. The horse was also second in the Group 2 Vintage Stakes. Third in the Group 1 Hollywood Futurity as well. Placed in the Royal Lodge and the Superlative Stakes at 3. The horse was third in the Group 1 Santa Anita Derby as well. And at 4, the horse was placed in the Dubai World Cup. So after his massive Breeders' Cup Juvenile shock, it wasn't really much of a surprise. He was placed in other races. Also third in the Group 1 Santa Anita Handicap as well. So triple Group 1 placed as well as winning the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Decent enough career as well at stud in North America, where the brave search engine AI tells me that Wilco sired 11 stakes winners in his career. Next horse we take a look at is Bolin Eric, another classic winner. Bolin Eric, a horse born in 1999, sired by Sharmit, out of Bolinzola. Bolin Eric raced 18 times in his career, 4 wins, 4 seconds and 5 thirds in the first 3 in 13 of 18 starts, earning in his career $850,102 US dollars. Another stallion, former National Hunt stallion, this one. Bolin Eric won the UK St Ledger of 2002, also won the Group 3 Lonsdale Cup at York. Second in the Group 2 Dante the same year, and the Hardwick and the King Edward. Very good horse, really. Only third in the Voltiger. So he won in the Dante, the Voltiger and the Ledger at 3 and was placed in all of them. Also placed in the Yorkshire Cup, 4th in the Irish Ledger and the King George as well. Plenty of races there. Group 1 and Group 3 winner. St Ledger, classic winner. Placed in the Dante, placed in the Voltiger, placed in all the right races, really. At 3, you'd won. Even placed in the Fielden. Another race that I do think can throw up some decent horses. Last Call is the last horse we need to look at. Last Call, a mare born in 2020, sired by English Channel, out of Overserved. I would never have found this one. This was so far back, it was nearly, you needed binoculars to see it, or be a genius like Dr. Hotter. You'll see that another one there, Danur, is the 6th dam of this horse as well. Last Call. Last Call raced 16 times in her career, 2 wins, 3 seconds, 2 thirds, 7 out 16 times in the first 3, and earnings of $415,389 American dollars. Group 1 winning 2-year-old. She won the Natal Stakes at Woodbine in 2022. So she'd have been another one maybe that would have been on Dr. Shigeru Hotta's website. And at 3, she was second in 2 stakes races. But yeah, very interesting horses on this line, it's fair to say. I mean, we've got the Japanese Oaks winner of last year on it, so, you know, we've got some horses. And this line is virgining. It could be getting better. It took out the Oaks last year, and it took out the Guineas this year, 2,000 Guineas out in Japan. What it's time to do now is we can close a few tabs down, I think, now. And we will just save on some CPU. And we will be able to watch the Horse Museum Mile actually win a race before we think about ending the video. Like I said, the horse never won first time out. And when he won the Japanese 2,000 Guineas, this was actually his first stakes victory as well. So he has been quite a hard horse to catch for the purposes of my processes. I had to wait for him to win a classic before I could get him on side. And hopefully now he will. We've got Quadrenor, you see, for the Derby as well. And this one now, Museum Mile. You know, we're definitely adopting the at this stage quantity over quality approach. But hopefully we'll find some nice proper stayers for the St. Leger later on in the year. But like we did last year when we won the race with Urban Chic, was a classic watch horse last year. So we're looking at Museum Mile now. Hopefully, can he turn out to be a Derby horse? But before we discuss that briefly, let's watch the horse win the Japanese 2,000 Guineas, shall we? And then we can see what we think in the Satsuki show, sorry.
Magic Sands completes the line in the Satsuki show for 2025. The red light on, they're off and away, and the crowd roar, and it's a pretty good start by all the runners. Magic Sands, the widest of all, Faust Rasen as well, but over on the far side, it's Juta that leads out. Juta with Pico-chan Black, and then with Pico-chan Black, GT Adamant, but they pass the winning post the first time. Quadrenor is into a lovely handy position in about fourth at the moment on the outside. Dragon Boost, Nishino Agent comes next with Giovanni, and then comes Museum Mile under Joe Moreira going forward. Then is Dragon Boost, Eddie King, Satano Shining, Masquerade Ball is next. Then in behind Calamatianos comes next. Then Fukuno Blue Lake, Vincentio, DMM Dream Club colours on King Score. Faust Rasen now circling the field as he's done before. The last of all, Magic Sands and Aloy as they head down the back straight now, and it's Pico-chan Black that's taken over. Pico-chan Black it is, and Faust Rasen the one that's circling the field again as they head down the back straight. They've got about 900 metres left to race now as they come back into view. Faust Rasen it is from Aloy Ali that's gone up into second place. Pico-chan Black there as well as they head up at the top end now, and then comes Juta with GT Adamant, Dragon Boost, then Quadrenor asked to get closer now, but looks to have no trouble at all. Satano Shining is next, then comes Nishino Agent, Museum Mile, and then comes Eddie King. Giovanni Vincentio is well back with Calamatianos, Magic Sands, and well back is Dragon Boost and King Scroll as the 18 Colts now turn for home in the Satsuki show, and Faust Rasen still has it from Juta, but here's Quadrenor, and what an exciting prospect this horse is, but he's got a bit of company here with Museum Mile and Satano Shining, and Museum Mile goes up to Quadrenor and takes it over now under Joe Moreira. Museum Mile wins it from Quadrenor, Masquerade Ball, then came Satano Shining, Giovanni next, then Magic Sands behind Magic Sands, and then in behind came King Squall from Vincentio, Calamatianos, Eddie King, Loia Ali came next with Nishino Agent, then Giovanni behind Giovanni, and then Dragon Boost, Fukuno Blue Lake, Faust Rasen, and that's about the way they finish in the Satsuki show for 2025, and Joe Moreira scores another Group 1 win on Museum Mile.
3 Group 1s this campaign for Joe Moreira, and he gets up on a Sunday racing horse.
Very good performance, it's fair to say. Any horse, Quadrenor was marketed out at the time of December, January time as some sort of superstar Japanese horse in the future in the ways of Equinox and Deep Impact. But even though they didn't go through their whole careers unbeaten, so able to defeat a horse like Quadrenor, that has to go down as a fantastic performance, in my view, by Museum Mile to take out the Japanese 2,000 Guineas. The horse was fancied for the Group 1, for the big Group 1 of the year, the Asahi High Futurity as well. So there was no fluke about it. This horse has always been quite highly rated out in Japan, and he is now a classic winner. Is he a Derby horse? Well, time will tell. I think he probably is. I think I would be very surprised if they never went for the Japanese Derby with this horse. Personally, you saw there that the same line was responsible for taking out the Japanese Oaks last year with Servinia. What this line does seem to be lacking, really, that I couldn't find, is a good stallion. You saw that Wilco sired over 10 stakes winners, but he's a long way away from this horse, Museum Mile. A lot of the good horses on this line, apart from the one that died, Cadino or something, that was placed in the Guineas, wasn't it? And died. There hasn't been many colts on this line, so I do hope that they somehow keep Museum Mile sound. They keep Museum Mile in good form, and when some Japanese horses do advocate racing for a longer period of time, you saw that. I do think that this one will surely make its mark fail if they do that. I think there's a gap at stud for this horse next season if they can get it, if it maintains its form to some certain level, runs well in the Derby and runs well in a couple of races towards the end of the year and they retire it. It's not related to that many good horses at stud at the moment. So there's no competition for it. If breeders want to use this line, they will have to use him. There will not be much else. So to me, I think Museum Mile more than likely will be a Derby horse. It will be interesting if he takes his chance in the Tokyo Yushin Himba, I think, which is maybe at the end of May, early June, around there. It's not long. But whether he's good enough to get involved, you would obviously probably think he is, being a Japanese 2,000 guineas winner. But Quadranor, I'm sure, from the family of Gayath, who improved over a mile and a half, didn't he? It's fair to say. I think the further they go up in trip, I think the harder Quadranor might be to beat. But time will tell. Time will tell about that. What I can do now is I think I can leave this video here now. Thank you very much to everybody for taking the time to join me and watch this video. It's always very much appreciated. What I will do is I'll leave you a copy to all the Classic Watch 25 possibles that are on the YouTube channel. That way you do not miss any of them. And I will also leave you an option. If you have watched this video without subscribing to the channel, I will leave you an option to do so. Subscribe to the channel. That way you will miss no more of the content moving forward. 8 classic winners on the trot. I mean, if you're not going to subscribe now, you never will you? I don't think. Anyone think it was a life or death situation, whether you did. But for now, very interesting, really. This horse, Museum Mile, good winner of the Japanese 2,000 guineas. Like I said, what we're coming up this week, well, more just looking at horses, really, just gathering everything together. There is a US Classic this coming weekend at Pimlico, the Preakness. But there's Derby trials this week in the UK at York. We've had some pattern races in Ireland recently, in France, middle distance trials. And about a month's time now to the middle distance trials. But for now, I'm going to leave this video here now. Thank you very much to everybody as well for watching. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Look after yourselves and your loved ones. Goodbye.